They used to say, if it's not Boeing, I'm not going. But now, after a shocking incident on January 5th, 2024 involving a Boeing 737 MAX 9 operated by Alaska Airlines, the saying has changed. People are saying, if it's Boeing, I'm definitely not going.
All of a sudden I heard like a big bang, and I didn't know exactly what was going on.
The same plane experienced similar problems with a new automatic safety system in the days before the crash.
The U.S. airline regulator has ordered the grounding of more than 170 Boeing 737 MAX 9 passenger aircraft.
While working at Spirit, I almost grew a fear of flying.
There are more than 10,000 Boeing commercial jetliners in service around the world, flying passengers and freight more efficiently than competing models in the market. More than 5,700 Boeing airplanes are currently on order. The US commercial fleet currently has about 4,800 planes, with about 60% being Boeing aircraft. Let us quickly have a look at the background of the Boeing 737 MAX. The Boeing 737 MAX is a critical part of the commercial aviation industry, known for its efficiency and range. However, it has been marred by several high-profile incidents. Let's look at a brief history of incidents involving this aircraft. On October 29, 2018, Lion Air Flight 610, a 737 MAX 8, crashed into the sea shortly after takeoff from Jakarta, Indonesia, killing all 189 people on board. This was the deadliest air accident involving the Boeing 737 MAX. On March 10, 2019, Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302, another 737 MAX 8, crashed 6 minutes after takeoff, killing everyone on board. In response, aviation authorities worldwide grounded the 737 MAX, with the FAA following suit on March 13, 2019. This ban was lifted 20 months later in November 2020. Recently, on January 5, 2024, Alaska Airlines Flight 1282, a 737 MAX 9, experienced an explosive decompression shortly after takeoff due to an incorrectly installed door plug. The plane returned safely to Portland with only minor injuries reported. Let us now dive into the specifics of the aircraft involved, which is November 704 Alpha Lima. A Boeing 737 MAX 9 registered as November 704 Alpha Lima was delivered to Alaska Airlines in late October 2023 and certified in early November. The aircraft operated scheduled flights regularly, logging 510 flight hours over 154 flights. The MAX 9 can have optional rear mid-cabin emergency exit doors. Alaska Airlines, with a less dense configuration of 178 seats, uses plugs instead of doors. These plugs are lighter, provide a full-size passenger window, and reduce maintenance concerns. Upon arrival at Boeing's Renton factory, 5 damaged rivets were found near the door plugs on the fuselage. Spirit Aerosystems removed the plug to fix the rivets but did not bolt it back into place afterward. 37 days after joining the Alaska Airlines fleet, the auto pressurization fail light in the 737 MAX 9 lit up. This happened again on January 3rd and again on January 4th. Each time, the flight crew switched to the system's backup, reported it, and had it tested and reset by the maintenance team. In the next section, let us understand the incident on January 5th. On January 5th, Alaska Airlines Flight 1282 was scheduled to fly from Portland to Ontario. 171 passengers and 6 crew members boarded the flight, which took off around 5:07 pm. Of the 220 seats on the aircraft, just under 50 were empty, including seats 26A and 26B located right next to the unbolted door plug. Approximately 6 minutes after takeoff, the door plug separated from the airframe and blew out, causing an uncontrolled decompression in the aircraft. The aircraft's oxygen masks deployed. Luckily, no one was in seat 26A immediately next to the hole. 3 passengers sustained minor injuries requiring medical attention, and some items were lost when they were sucked out of the opening.
All of a sudden I heard like a big bang, and I didn't know exactly what was going on, but I look up and the oxygen masks were hanging from the ceiling. And then I look to my left and there's this huge chunk, part of the airplane just like missing.
These incidents highlight why airlines recommend wearing seatbelts for the entire flight. Make sure you make a sensible decision when you fly next. Let us know in the comments if you have reconsidered booking emergency exit door seats for extra leg room after this incident. Back to the story. The aircraft had climbed to about 16,000 feet when the accident occurred. The pilots made an emergency descent to 10,000 feet as per procedures and returned to Portland, where they successfully landed at 5:27 p.m.
Yes, we are emergency. We are depressurized. We do need to return back to. We have 177 passengers.
The series of incidents involving the Boeing 737 MAX have had a significant impact on the Boeing company. Let us have a look at the aftermath of this incident. In the hours following the January 5th accident, Alaska Airlines grounded their fleet of 65 Boeing 737 MAX-9 aircraft. Later on January 6th, the Federal Aviation Administration, or the FAA, issued an Emergency Airworthiness Directive, or an EAD, grounding all Boeing 737 MAX-9 aircraft with a mid-cabin door plug installed, pending inspection and necessary corrective actions where required. On January 7th, the missing refrigerator-sized fuselage door plug was found in the yard of a Portland schoolteacher named Bob. 2 mobile phones from the flight were also found by the public, with one iPhone still powered on and in airplane mode. On January 8th, United Airlines reported finding loose bolts during inspections on several grounded aircraft. Alaska Airlines also found loose bolts on many of their aircraft, though they did not specify the number. On January 11th, 6 passengers filed a class action lawsuit against Boeing, citing injuries and emotional trauma. In April 2024, Alaska Air Group reported that Boeing had paid about $160 million in initial compensation for the temporary grounding of the 737 MAX-9 jets. The compensation package included Boeing taking custody of the affected aircraft, reducing storage and maintenance costs for Alaska. Overall, Boeing agreed to pay a total of $443 million to all MAX-9 customers to compensate for losses during the grounding. Boeing CEO David Calhoun, who has been the public face of Boeing's efforts to address the 737 MAX issues for nearly 5 years, will step down at the end of this year. The slogan, "If it's not Boeing, I'm not going," has long reflected passengers' confidence in the American aerospace company's quality and safety. Now, the public might just change the slogan to "If it's Boeing, I'm definitely not going." These incidents raise serious concerns about safety lapses at Boeing. Aviation experts, former Boeing employees, and industry analysts argue that Boeing's obsession with profits has replaced its decades-long focus on quality and safety.
You think there are planes out there that you wouldn't want to fly on?
But knowing what I know about the 737, it makes me very uncomfortable when I fly in one of them.
Boeing denies prioritizing cost-cutting over quality. Spirit Aerosystems, a key supplier spun off from Boeing in 2005, has faced several quality-related issues traced to Boeing aircraft, including the 737 MAX.
For many years, they knew they were getting defective fuselages.
Boeing is now in talks to acquire Spirit Aerosystems to gain more direct control over manufacturing critical parts. Boeing had hoped for greater free cash flow by 25-26 with a ramp up in production to meet demand, aiming to produce 50 MAX planes per month. However, these targets are now uncertain as the FAA has capped MAX monthly production at 38 until improvements are demonstrated. Is this the beginning of the end of the Airbus versus Boeing debate? Let us know in the comments below. With an increasing number of flights, airline companies are under constant pressure to run their planes economically, often reducing turnaround times between scheduled flights. Shorter ground times mean engineers must work faster to inspect aircraft, potentially missing smaller problems or even overlooking issues to get planes ready for departure as soon as possible. I would like to pose a question for the audience. How can air travel be made safer in times like these? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video informative, please like, share and subscribe for more aviation insights. Click the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.